This is just a short video about converting fractions and decimals. To help us, we're going to visualise it using one of these squares, 100 squares, to represent one whole. Then we have that divided up into tenths. 10 of these make one of these wholes. And then if we go one step further, we've got hundredths. We need 100 of these small pieces to make one whole. And in between those, you can see that there's the decimal point. So if we look at this fraction here, we have 1/10, which means we have one of these sticks. So in the tenths column, which comes after the decimal point, we just put a 1 because we have 1/10. We have no holes. Decimal point, 1/10. Look at the next fraction. We've got 7/10. That means we've got 7 of these. We've got not enough to make a whole block. We have got no extra hundredths. So 7/10 is just 0.7. 4/10 likewise. We've got 4 of these tens rods. So we've got 0.4. Next one's a little bit trickier because we've got 14/10. It's an improper fraction. If we had 14/10, we'd be able to make one whole using 10 of these, and then we would have 4 of these tenths left over. So 10/10 is a whole, so 10 of these would make one of those. That would be 10/10. You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths left over, so that would make 1 and 4 tenths. These next ones are a little bit different again because we've got, instead of tenths on the bottom of our fractions, we've got a variety of different denominators. However, we can convert them all into tenths, and if we do that, it becomes fairly simple. So I'm going to change colour so you can see what I'm doing. So 1/5 equals how many tenths? And as you might have seen from a video earlier, you've multiplied the denominator by 2, so 5 times 2 makes 10. You do the same to the numerator on the top, which gives us 2/10, which makes 0.2, as we saw in the previous example. So we can do the same thing again. 5 times 2 makes 10, so we multiply the top by 2 as well. 3 times 2 is 6, gives us 6 out of 10, or 6/10, so 0.6. If we could look over here, we see we've got 20ths. So instead of multiplying, I need to divide 20 by 2, turns the denominator into tenths, do the same to the numerator, divide 4 by 2 gives me 2/10, so I get 0.2. Over here, a little bit different again, but I've got 30 hundredths, which means I've got 30 of these small pieces. Two ways you can think of it. You can think, well, if I had 30 of these, 10 of these would make one of these, 20 of these would make 2 of these, 30 of these would make 3 of these, so I'd have 3/10, or 0.3. Or I can use a similar method again, so divide the bottom, this time by 10, divide the top by 10, the numerator, it gives me 3/10, or 0.3. The key to all of these is turning your fraction into tenths.